shoutout mga idol, magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi po sa inyo lahat. So ngayong araw, ang topic natin ay kaugnay po dito sa Senate Plenary sa budget ng Department of Health at kaugnay po dito sa budget ng Department of Health ay natalakay nga ni Senator Raffy Tulfo ang kaugnay po sa mga gamot na nag-expire na hindi po na-distribute sa mga nangangailangan.
And I requested from you to provide us some documents pertaining to those medicines that were that expired, that were left to expired in some warehouses of the DOH due to the negligence of some people in your department. And I need to know what those people that were responsible for the negligence, and magpo-provide din po kayo sa akin ng dokumento kung ano po ang ginawa niyo sa mga tauhan niyo yun, ano po yung mga pinato niyo pong parusa. Meron na ho ba kayong dokumentong yon na ni-request po namin? Kasi po, we're talking of billions and billions of pesos na nasayang po, na baliwala ng mga medisina dahil po sa kapabayaan ng mga taga-DOH for years and years. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. President, umabot pa ata sa more than 20 billion pesos na mga medicines na nag-expire sa mga bodega ng DOH dahil sa kapabayaan po ng mga tauhan nila sa DOH. I need to know who are those people that were responsible at ano po, where are they now? At ano po ang parusa ang ipinato sa kanila?
Mr. President,
Nako, ang sayang naman kasi mga idol, no, ang dami-daming gamot ay expire lang sa warehouse ng DOH na hindi man lang napaabot sa mga nangangailangan.
while the DOH is putting together some of the information that His Honor requests, may I just put on record in response also to the question that the practice, Your Honor, is that when there are medicines that are about to expire, the supplier they have an agreement with the suppliers to exchange this. So technically, for most, and I will verify with the secretary, for most medicines, hindi to tapon sa atin kasi papalitan naman po ng supplier yan. I've also verified this with, just again, sorry for the lack of a better example, but the mayor of Taguig City, my sister-in-law, na ganun din ang practice nila. Yung napoprocure nilang medicine, those that are about to expire, pinapalitan po ng supplier. Further, DOH states that what they also do, pag nakita nilang slow-moving ang particular na medicine, they transfer them to the highly burdened areas where it is normally consumed faster. So they are now in the process of, they want to be able to build more warehouses around the Philippines to reduce distribution delays. On that note, let me get the additional information that is available to us.
So ayun mga idol, no, medyo kulang nga ng information itong si Senator Pia Cayetano, mukhang hindi niya napaghandaan itong mga tanong ni Senator Tulfo. Kaya nga naman pag si Senator Tulfo talaga yung tumayo na dyan sa Senado para sa plenary. Pakinggan mo na.
Mr. President, during the pandemic, there were really
Pakinggan muna
supply
natin,
chain
mga idol.
issues. And for that reason, there were many instances where yung medicines were either not delivered where they were needed. And then there are also situations where you cannot say that it was an over-delivery, but because depending on the medicine, kung hindi lumalabas po ng bahay yung senior citizen, hindi pumupunta sa ospital, let's say, sabi mo ng cancer drugs yun, hindi nila na-avail. So talagang nangyari po yan sa atin during the pandemic. But now po that we are almost back to back to business, back to the usual practices, there is hardly any medicines that are expiring precisely because of this practice now in place that the suppliers exchange it. And this is written into every contract now that they are entering in with new suppliers. So I believe that's a good thing. Kasi dinatnan ko din po, Mr. President, colleagues, yung sitwasyon na ang daming natatambak na drugs. Let me just see if there's anything else I have to add. Okay. So to give more details, Your Honor, yung medicines po na near expiry were actually pulled out by the supplier and they were issued credit memos. And this information, Your Honor, was submitted to His Honor's office after the hearing.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. Near expiry, bakit po pinabayaan na umabot sa ganong stage? Sana po bago dumating sa maging near expiry yung gamot na yon, sana po yan po yung na-dispose of, nabigay na po doon sa mga recipient. So bakit po paabutin pa sa ganong sitwasyon? Does it means na overstock? Sumobra po yung pagbili ng mga gamot natin? Kaya hindi ho agad na-dispatcha? Sana po na-deliver these medicines should have been delivered on time.
Yes.
In a
Your-
timely manner, because we're talking about medicines here. Medicine saves people's lives.
Of course, Your Honor, we note His Honor's concern. Like we explained during the interpellation with the Deputy Minority Floor Leader, it is the job of DOH to ensure that the medicines needed are available. But there are instances, and let's just use COVID as an example because that is the example we gave the Deputy Minority Leader na in as much as gusto nila lahat magpa-booster, yung uptake ng booster shot wasn't as high as we would want. But that is your duty to have that stock on hand. So with the upcoming, I hope it will not be an epidemic, but no one has asked the question, so I will volunteer the information. Yung ho dito sa measles outbreak, polio outbreak, WHO has predicted, and sadly, the Philippines is on top of the list dahil napakaraming batang Pilipino na hindi nakakuha ng kanilang regular shots. Kailangan po ready sila. So if the time would come na hindi pa rin nagamit yon, it was still their job, Your Honor, to have those stocks available. What they could have done and what they are aware of, because they gave me a list of things that they are doing to improve the consumption of the medicines and reduce the unuse, is to increase the campaign for these vaccinations. I'm talking about vaccinations. Iba naman ho yung kaso nung mga, the example again with the Deputy Minority Leader was yung HIV medication. During the pandemic, maraming hindi kumuha ng kanilang regular medication. So dinideliver na nila yon house to house. So His Honor's concern is very valid. But the reality is, when they say near expiration, within the, let's say, 6 months, no? Kasi how many years yung normal life? Anywhere from 2 to 5?
24 months, 36.
May 24 months, may 36 years. 36 months. Yung 6 na buwan, mamumove pa nila yon, o di kaya alam nila based on practice magagamit. Kaya yung sinabi ko din po kay Deputy Minority Leader, yung ini-improve din nila is yung inventory management and then yung reporting para talagang namumove ho yung mga drugs to the areas that they are most needed. But it's impossible to predict to the exact number kasi hindi mo rin naman sure kung sino yung papasok na next na patient na mangangailangan ng ganon. But meron naman silang estimates and that's why they have to move them around fast. And His Honor's concern is very...
Okay, at yun nga mga idol, yung paliwanag ni Senator Pia Cayetano bilang sponsor ng Department of Health. Kaugnay po dito sa pagdinig ng budget ng Department of Health at maayos naman yung kanyang pagpaliwanag at na-convince naman nito si Senator Raffy Tulfo lalo na sa mga gamot na malapit na mag-expire at good news naman at dahil yung mga gamot umano na for expire ay returnable naman sa supplier at walang lugi naman po tayong mga Pilipino kasi ang gamot ay napapalitan naman umano ng bago. Sana nga lang napapalitan ng bago kasi baka ito ay kwento-kwento lang ng DOH para makalusot dito sa mga tanong ni Senator Raffy Tulfo.